When using AI models in our applications, sometimes we need them to access some dynamic data to answer based on them. For instance, you have a shopping AI assistant. User is going to ask about some products. So products are dynamic, they're in the database. The AI need to know about them, but in a very fast way. VectorDB and embedding is what you really need for that. In this video, we're going to create an AI sales assistant with RAG and OpenAI and using .NET. Let's get started. Let's see what we're going to do. First of all, we need our data, our products data. So, products data. Then, because we want to save them in our vector database, we need to embed them. Okay, what is embedding? Embedding is a process that converts text into some floats, into some doubles, and saves them in a vector database. They're optimized in a way that can query really fast and are great for AIs. If you need to learn more about them, there's a video on our channel about vector databases and embedding. We have talked about it in more details. So, because I want to save the products data to my vector database, I'm going to say the next operation is embedding. I embed it, and the results are some numbers, a list of numbers, a list of doubles, and then save to the VectorDB. I save the embeddings to the VectorDB. So now, when my application starts, there are some information in the VectorDB. But what happens when user sends the query? We have another flow. User sends query. We need to search the vector database for the relevant information. So first, we need to embed the user query as well. Okay? Then we need to search in the DB. Then we validate the results. What is the validation of results? For example, when we search in the DB, we say, okay, this is our prompt. This is what user wants. This is a user query. Return top 5 items for us. But they have a score. They have a matching the score. For example, it's from 0 to 1. If it says it's 0.2, the matching the score is 0.2, it means it's not relevant. But the vector database still returns that because we want top 5 results. So we need to filter them by their score. For example, show scores, show items that their score is more than 0.4. You can easily see that in the code. After validating the results, we just show them to the user. That's what we're going to do in this course. So I'm going to create a console application named Seller AI Assistants. Yes, we're going to use .NET 9. Now we need to install some packages. So I'm going to open a new developer PowerShell, get to my project directory by writing cd its name. And now we need to install some. The first one is Microsoft extensions AI.OpenAI. It enables us to work with OpenAI in our application. Extensions that vector data and abstractions enable us to add some CRUD operation with vector data, with our vector database, adding, updating, deleting, and reading data from that. Semantic kernels that connectors that in memory enable us to have a vector database in our memory, and extensions that configuration that user secrets enable us to add some user secrets to the project, so we can store our information, our important information in a secure and safe way. For example, our API keys. It's a key pair, key value storage that handles it for us. And a system.link that async enumerable enable us to use async enumerables in C#. They're a feature that lets us to get results one by one. For example, if we are processing 10 items, we don't need to wait until all of them are finished. We just get it one by one and show it to the user. It's a very helpful feature in C#. Let's install them. Okay, and let's get to the coding section. At the end, you will see a great project and there are a lot of opportunities for you. So watch till the end. First of all, I need to load my configurations. I'm going to say new configuration builder. Let's add user secrets for program class. Oops. Dot build it. I'm going to say var API key as configuration with name of OpenAI AI key, and var model name is configuration.model name. Is it going to work? No, it's not going to work because we haven't declared our user secrets yet. So I have them here. I go to the PowerShell again, and I'm going to paste them. First, I'm going to say .NET user-secrets init, and then I'm setting my OpenAI key, the exact same name as I call it here, to my real OpenAI key. If you don't have it, you can get it in the platforms at openai.com and charge your account. And I'm going to set my model name to text embedding 3 small. Actually, it has a large one as well, but a small is enough for what we're doing in this course. If you need larger ones, you can use that. And it's my model name. Let's add them. Okay, now we can use them. I'm going to remove this console.writeLine as well. Okay, let's create the entity that we're going to store in our vector database. I'm going to name it products. There's some attributes that we can use. So first of all, I'm going to say you have a key. It's your ID, and is vector store key. Each vector can have only one vector store key. It's like a unique identifier in our databases. I need a name for the product. I'm going to save it as vector str data. It's a data and it's not null. I need a description. It's not null either. And it's a vector store data. And I need a price. Prop int price vector store data. And the most important one, we need a vector here for our embedding. I'm going to say read-only memory is type of float. Why float? Because the values are float. The numbers that the embedding generator generates based on our text is a kind of float. So I'm going to say vector, and vector str vector. It needs some dimensions from me. It's a number that you need to give it. So we're going to use the number that Microsoft documentation gave us. It's 384. Of course, you can change it. And we need a distance function. What is a distance function? It's the algorithm for searching inside the vector DB. Okay, there are a lot of fun. For example, it's cosine similarity. In this video, we're going to use cosine similarity, but let's look at the others. We have Euclidean square distance, we have Hamming distance, Euclidean distance. There are a lot of ones for different use cases. In this video, we're going to use cosine similarity. Okay, that's all for our product entity. Let's add some sample data. Okay, I'm going to ask AI to create some mock data for us. So just declare the properties, name, key is 1, price is 100. Okay, and say add some sample data. Here we go. I'm going to say var vector str is a new in memory vector str. You can see that it's getting some options from us. And in the options, it needs an embedding generator. Okay, so do we have it? No, we're going to create it. I'm going to say embedding embedding generator. It needs an input and a t embedding. Our input is going to be a string, and our t embedding is embedding of product. I'm going to say name it embedding generator. New OpenAI clients. It needs an API key from us. Is API key that gets embedding clients. I'm going to pass model name. This is how we get the embedding generator. That's as I am. We have an error. What does it says? Cannot convert float to product. The embedding needs a float, not a product, because it's returning some floats for us. That's all. And I'm going to pass it to these options. So now I need my collections. I'm going to say var collection is vector store that gets collection. It needs it says what is the type of the key. It's an integer. And what is the record is my product. It says tell me a name for the collection. Collections are tables in vector databases. I'm going to say products and a new vector store collections as options. The embedding generator is my embedding generator. Okay, that's my collection, but we need to make sure that a collection exists, or we need to create it. I'm going to say await collection that's ensure collection exists async. This code makes sure that the collection exists and creates it if it's not, and make sure to make this method async task. Now we need to add our data here. I'm going to say var product in products and product.vector. You remember about this one? This is the most important one. We need to set it here. Await embedding generator dot generate vector async. It returns a read-only memory of float. Product dot description. I want to save the description and embed the description and save it in the vector so it can answer us based on the vector. What about other properties? Look at the name and the price as some payloads. So when it searches through the description and finds a relevant answer, it's going to return these items for us as well. But right now we are only querying the description property because we are embedding it and saving it in our vector property. And I just simply say await collection.observed async product. It adds or observed my product to the vector database. The main setup is done. Now I'm going to say while true, we want to have an infinite chat with the user. Console.writeLine prompt string prompt equals console.readLine if a string that is null or empty prompt continue. So it would say prompt again. Now you remember here. Now you remember here. We said when user sends the query, we need to embed that. Okay. I'm going to say var embedded query or embedded prompt is await embedding generator that generate vector async based on the prompts. And now I'm going to say await collection that search async. It's a semantic search in our vector database. Embedded prompt. No, not like this. Search async with my embedded prompt, and the 3 is it says to how much answers do you want, how many items do you want from me. I say return top 3 items. Okay, it's okay. And I'm going to say var results it's returning an async enumerable. Okay, so I'm going to loop it like this, await for each. Oh, the autocomplete is really auto-completing for me. I don't want that much of that. Oh, something just destroyed. Okay, fine. Look at here. We have a score. Result, that's a score. I'm just going to print it. Console.writeLine. Result, that's score. Console.writeLine. Result. That's, or let's write it like this. Name. Result, that record. That's name. And price results dash record dot price, and finally let's say result dot record dot description. Okay, let's run our project and see the results. Okay, I'm going to say I want products that have RGB. Okay, let's see what is it going to do. The score is 0.4. Mechanical keyboard price is 120. As you can see, it is RGB backlight mechanical keyboard. The second one is monitor. It doesn't have an RGB. And the third one is a laptop. Of course, it doesn't have an RGB because in our description, we didn't mention RGB or something related to that. You can see that first of all, it is querying our VectorDB correctly and everything is working fine. But in a way that we are showing the results to the user. It's better to do not show results that have low score. This is the step of validating the result. So what I'm going to do is here add an if, add a condition. If result.score is less than 0.4, continue. Do not write it for the user. Do not show it to the user. It's an irrelevant score. The semantic search is always returning 3 items to us. Okay, so we need to filter that. Let's rerun the project. I want a product with RGB. You see? Only 1 item. So let's say something else, something that is not even related to our VectorDB. I'm going to say, hey, how are you? It says nothing. It answers nothing based on our VectorDB, and it's great. You know, if I uncomment the condition, it would return some results as well. Maybe the score is 0.1, but it would return some results. It's not related to, hey, how are you? So we have filtered that, and it's great. Also, we can use these features next to our LLM. So if I say, hey, how are you, it's going to answer it as well, but it can access to our vector database, which is great. Thanks for watching. There are tons of things, projects, and features that we can implement using this approach. VectorDB is perfect for every developer that is using with AI, that is working with AI. Knowing VectorDB and how to work with that is a must. So it's great that you know it now. Thanks for watching. There are a lot of videos on the channel about .NET and AI together. Please like and subscribe. See you in the next videos.